Hello, Jolicoeurs. I hope you're good and relaxed. My name is Marie, and I welcome you to the very first episode of our brand new podcast, Beauty Time. Well, this podcast is about you, how to be truly you, and about beauty. Actually, with Pierre, we do believe that beauty comes from the inside out. And that's the reason why we decided to create a new way to reach you and to share with you some thoughts, some tips, and also some good vibes. So actually, why tea time? Because actually, I do love this time of the day. It's a very cocooning moment. It's a warming instant during which I take time for myself, or I take time with people I love, and we enjoy this moment of peace, of quietness, of laughter, and it makes us happy and relieved somehow. We're really connecting to ourselves and to our people. So that's why I really wanted to share that with you, and as well with Pierre, we think it's a good idea to have this way of communicating together. But before starting with today's subject, I would like to emphasize something. It might sound a bit, how can I say that? Not cold, not dramatic, but I think it's important to emphasize it. You, my dear soul, are beautiful, no matter what. You're beautiful no matter what they say, whoever is they, actually. No matter what you think sometimes or all the time. And no matter what you put on your skin, what you wear, and what you do. Because your beauty comes from the inside and it makes you shine. I thought it was important to emphasize that because in our society, it's a lot about images and trends, and it can be like a real burden. So you don't have to become beautiful or more feminine, more masculine, or more perfect. You are perfect with your imperfections. I know it's not the subject of this podcast, but I really wanted to share that, and please do keep that in mind. I really try as well to keep that in mind for myself. We all have ups and downs, but it's really important. We need to embrace ourselves so that we actually share with the world the beautiful souls we are, and you are a wonderful soul. So let's talk about today's subject. Actually, I want to talk about something more actual, maybe lighter, and it's the weather change. Most of the time, we actually care about our skin when winter is coming. So, okay, I'm a very bad imitator, but I guess you heard the reference behind. But we care about our skin when it's snowy, it's cold, when we wear big pullovers, and so on. However, to me, the period between the end of summer and mid-fall, approximately, is quite drastic for our skin and mood. Because in autumn, temperatures and weather fluctuate. It can very well be sunny and cold on one day, and the day after you wake up and it's rainy and gray and it's depressing. And in all of this, our skin is found tossed around. And since the weather is cooler, we tend to think less about hydrating. So, my first advice would be that, as in summer, give pride of place to hydration. And it does start from the inside. Earlier, I said that beauty comes from the inside out. And this is why actually you need to first think of your inside before even thinking about cosmetics. So remember to hydrate yourself well with water. And if you don't really like drinking water, I know some people, um, put something in your water, like, I don't know, drink tea, herbal teas, but avoid putting adding sugar. Please don't, because otherwise you're going to get used to it and you won't be able to go back to just normal plain water, and the body does need water. As well, second advice, don't forget about seasonal fruits and vegetables. I know in autumn they're less sexy. We might have less variety depending on our region. Like, for example, in Europe, you go to the market and it's not as fancy as in summer, but still, please think about them. You might think about making juices or smoothies with them so that it's actually fancier, more appealing. However, if you do that, try not to overdo these drinks, especially if you prefer fruits. I know, again, it's sugar, it's smooth and it's sweet, but it's always better to eat them than to consume them in liquid form for two main reasons. The first one is that if you drink them, you tend to consume more fruits in the liquid version compared to the solid version. Second, if you make juice, often for texture reasons, you remove the fibers, and they are also essential for you, for your health, and for your beauty. But it's really like a health reason. For me, health and beauty are bonded, and you really need to think about it as a whole. Then, another key to your beauty for a successful season to season. Sorry, I'm thirsty, so I drink as well because it's tea time. Is sleep. Really make sure of the quality of your bedding. It's really important. If you don't have a good bedding, you might need to spend more time trying to rest, and it can actually have an impact on your body and your health again. So try to have a good quality of bedding. Favor a more confidential light in the 2 hours before bedtime. It can be your very romantic moment with yourself, like really some shades and very warm atmosphere, You also need that for yourself. It's not just being romantic with your beloved one. Your first beloved one is yourself. I do love Pierre, but I also love myself, and it's not something. Uh, it's not egoism, but it's self love, and actually, he also um benefits from that that atmosphere before we go to bed. And when you can, make your room a cocoon of softness, of calm, of serenity. It's really important for you to have this place where you can just feel because it's actually the very first phase you need to enter to properly sleep and rest. So why do I talk, sorry, about sleep in the world of beauty? It's quite simple. It's because when we sleep, our body rests and regenerates itself, among other things. And rested being is a luminous being for me. I don't know, like, for example, have you ever had sleepless nights? If so, you know what I'm going to say, but you probably remember how you looked like looking at you in the mirror the day after. I let you picture the scene, but really, I think it was not like sleeping beauty at all. So, if I have any advice for you, it's to cherish your sleep as much as possible. Sometimes it's difficult if you have worries or I don't know what, but it's really fundamental, it's really essential to take care of that because, again, cosmetics won't help. They're going to help hide, but it's not going to solve like the core problem. So once you have all of that in place, you can go to the botanical and cosmetic side. Mm. And there you dive into the world of creams, serums, body oils, and maybe you ask yourself, what should I use? So, in fact, it all depends on the condition of your skin and which benefits you want, and also the texture you want to feel. For example, I have a friend and she really doesn't like the texture of face serums. She just doesn't want to use them. And it's fine. It's just that it's not the right product for her. I just want to highlight something between creams and serums and body oils. The main difference between a cream and a serum or an oil is the presence of an aqueous base or not. In the cream, there will be water, hydrosol, aloe vera, things like that. Only products containing this aqueous base hydrate the skin. It's really important to know that. Water hydrates the skin. However, that doesn't mean to ditch the serums and body oils. They have other properties. Indeed, these products make it possible to benefit from active ingredients and they also protect the skin by preventing dehydration. And the way it works is that they create a kind of microfilm on the skin, like a barrier, and at the same time, they let your skin breathe. So that's why I say it really depends on the condition of your skin and which benefits you want. Like, for example, it may very well be that someday you don't need to put any product on your skin because your skin is just fine. So when your skin is fine, don't put anything. It's completely useless. You're just going to use some product for nothing. It can help a bit, but really it's not going to be really essential for yourself. Then the next day, your skin is a little dry. So then you apply a little bit of cream, for example. The day after, again, everything is fine. So you don't need to put any product. And then, I don't know, you have several days of dry and cold. And then a treatment such as body oil is welcome. So what I'm telling you may shock you. It might shake up what you've heard so far. Like you need to put cream every day, you need to put serums every day, every night, or whatever. The fact is that actually our skin changes over time. And even within a day, you can have some needs in the morning and some others in the evening. But the day after, it can be completely different. You might have less needs. So you don't need to put your products every single day or every single month. And that's also why a product that worked wonders when you were 15 doesn't work at all, and even worse when you're 30. It's also a question of hormones. We do know that it has a huge impact on ourselves, not just on our skin, but on our entire body. So it does make sense then that we need to adapt and adjust what we put on our skins during the month, during the day. But I don't want to detail that too much because it's not really the purpose. Anyway, all that to say that actually I cannot decide for you between cream and body oil. You need to listen to your body because it does speak to you and tell you concretely what is right now and what is not. The only piece of advice I can share with you is to avoid anything that is too heavy or makes you feel as if you were wearing a mask, which is super heavy on your body, because then that means that it doesn't really work with your skin, and it's not what you need at that precise moment. It might be what you need in 2 months, but it's really difficult somehow. You need to try different products, different types of products, and then you will feel once your skin is happy. Personally, at the moment, I use some cream in the morning, and in the evening after cleansing my face, it happens that I put on 1 or 2 drops of a serum for the body. I alternate between hydrating with some lotion and body oil that I apply in a gentle massage. Actually, I've had naturally dry skin since I was a teenager, and as soon as I don't put anything, I just get some crocodile skin. It's really terrible. And a few times I told myself, no, the skin will balance itself out. If I don't put anything on, at all. For sure, at some point, it will be soft and plump. Really, believe me, I tried several times and every single time it was a disaster. My skin didn't adjust at all. I just have a dry skin, so I have to take care of it. And you also need to take care of yourself and to take the time to take care of yourself, especially at this time with COVID. Um, we need to spend more and more hours wearing masks to protect ourselves and to protect the people we love. And huh, since I have received several questions on this subject, I would like to take a few moments to talk about it as well. Uh, I don't know about you, but the last few times I wore a mask for hours in a row, taking it off, I felt there was no way I put it back on my face. I had spoken a lot, and that had clearly made the difference compared to the times I didn't talk at all. When I did that, my mask was wet and it was really not agreeable, and I could feel on my skin it had an effect. It had an impact. I could really feel it. So I would like to share some tips with you to avoid problems, skin problems associated with wearing a mask. I'm not saying that it's going to be a miracle solution, but I think it might help some of you. So, first, as soon as you can, take off your mask and change it regularly. Don't hesitate, just change it. If you feel that it's not comfortable anymore, just get rid of it. Because otherwise, your skin is going to be really messy. And you just can't let your skin macerate. That's a no go. It's forbidden. Don't do that. So let your skin breathe as much as possible. Then, before even think, before you even think about hydrating the face, you need to think about cleansing. Cleansing is really important. You can use, for example, saponified soaps because they're going to pamper you. And if you don't want to use them, try to find a lotion or something, a skincare which is soft enough for your skin. After that, after cleansing, you can then apply a face cream. You can choose to pair it or not with a few drops of serum. It really depends on how you feel. And every time you change masks, try and observe your skin and how you feel. If it's moisturized or if it's too dry, or I don't know. You might need then to hydrate a bit more, or on the contrary, have a less heavy hand on your cream. And also, I almost forgot, don't forget your lips in the story because they also suffer the effects. You might feel that they're drier, for example. So that's why I said at the very beginning, don't forget to drink water because it's the first move so that you avoid actually being and feeling dehydrated. Then you can also do more intensive care once a week. So what I mean, sorry, about that is using masks and exfoliation. You can schedule one treatment on a certain day of the week, and the other, I don't know, 2 days after, 2 days later. I think it's better not to do them at the same time, so to say the same day, because your skin is going to be very sensitive with the weather change and with the mask. So try to be really gentle with your skin. But I think it's essential to do masks and exfoliation because they help get rid of dead skin and impurities. But really, you need to be gentle with yourself, with your skin, with yourself in general. And that's why you also need to choose gentle cosmetics for your skin. If it's too drastic, if you feel it's irritating, um, just stop using the cosmetics because it might not be good for your skin. So I think it's all for today. I hope you enjoyed this podcast and it has been useful for you. I really want to thank the three beautiful souls who sent me the questions that allowed me to build this first episode. I hope it was a bit structured. I had a structure, but I'm really chatty, so I can make some digressions very quickly. But staying focused. If you have any questions, comments, issues, I would be very happy to answer them in the future episodes because this podcast is really for you. It was an exercise for me. I'm not going to lie. I really enjoyed doing it for you. I send you lots of beautiful vibes and I do wish you a very lovely week. And above all, take care of yourself. Bye.